Whip up this super simple weeknight meal in a matter of minutes, and you can probably do it with something you've already got ready to go in the fridge. I'll show you a couple ways to do it. Here we go. Hey everybody, this is Dylan.
And Reeves.
You know I'm all about helping you to make this healthy plant-based diet so easy that you'll never fall off and you'll stick to it for good. This one we love, our kids love, it's taquitos. Who couldn't love it? We're gonna do it from scratch with a few ingredients that I don't have prepared yet, and we're gonna also maybe make a couple with something I've got in the fridge. We'll see what's in there. We've got a lot of leftovers right now. So let's get into it and see just how fast it can be. Today we're gonna do it with some sweet potatoes, so we've got to get our sweet potatoes cooking. Let's get to the peeling of these sweet potatoes. Take the world's worst potato peeler you can find and let's get right to work. I really wish that this exact potato peeler worked, because this is my favorite architecture of peeler. Does somebody have this type of peeler that's actually good?
It just needs to be sharpened. That thing's like 40 years old.
I suppose it just needs to be sharpened, but I don't really know how to do that sharpening.
Why don't you use the better peeler we have?
That thing sucks. This thing is the least ergonomic. Nobody peels like this. I want to peel like this.
It's not even the right one.
I want to peel like this, not like this.
Oh, okay.
This goes completely, this is 90 degrees off.
You want to peel away from you with a sharper peeler.
Yeah, just like this. Boom, 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 boom. I know it's not the chefy way of peeling, but this is how I want to do it. I peel right onto the counter like this, and then we'll just wipe it all into the garbage. If I peel over the garbage, half of what I'm doing right now ends up on the floor. You could pre-cook these in the oven, and then once they cool, the skins come off really easily. That's one way of doing it. You can cook them in the Instant Pot. That's a really fast, easy way of doing it. And if you've got sweet potatoes in the fridge, which is another thing I want to talk about, then you've got a leg up, because you can make this dish even faster. All of the prep is already done. All you're gonna do is assemble into taquitos. Am I right, Reeves?
You are so right, Dill.
All right, boys and girls, now it's easy as chopping this thing into regular old size chunks. We're gonna mash this, so the size of the chunks does not matter. We just wanna get this thing cooked quickly. Chop them up, throw them in, cover them with water, and let's simmer on the stove for about 10 minutes. Drain out the water and we're ready to go. Y'all, this steaming colander of sweet potatoes means that it's time to do some mashing. But before we do that mashing, let's throw a few things in. I've got some nutritional yeast. I love the flavor of that Well Your World nutritional yeast on this dish. A little granulated garlic here, and some cumin going in the pot. But wait, let me show you a little trick that I absolutely love. It saves so much time in the kitchen. Get in close, Reeves. Check it out. See what I'm doing here?
No.
See what I'm doing? I'm cutting corners, Reeves, because cutting corners is the #1 way to stick to this diet. So what could you do instead of messing with the combos? I dropped that one on you. You didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
You're like, no.
I'm like, is that going in the mail?
I don't get it. Fiesta. You can use our Fiesta. Cut those corners with a little Fiesta. You don't have to mess around with any, maybe you still throw in a little nutritional yeast, but the Fiesta,
Can you
so
still
good
put
in this.
some in?
Can I still put some in? Heck yeah, let's get some Fiesta right in there. Our voodoo would be so good in this. Any of our spice blends would be so good. We're gonna throw in a little bit of soy milk for assistance with viscosity. Is that the word?
What?
I made that up. I'm not a chef. Now just mash. We're gonna throw a few more things in here, but this is the mash part. We're mixing and mashing at the same time. Don't you love it? A couple little things to chop, not very much. Let's throw in a little bit of red onion. I've already got an open red onion in the fridge. Just dice it up real nice and small and throw it in the pot. How about a little handful of cilantro as well? These are the only two things I really need to chop at all. Oh, I did chop the potatoes, didn't I? Oh boy, there's a lot of chopping in this one. I'm just kidding. Our Fiesta has the lime already, but I'm throwing this in. And finally, 1 can of black beans. I rinsed and drained. Try to find no salt added black beans. There's a lot of salt in canned beans and tomatoes, so try to get the salt out. Instead, add the salt yourself at the table or to your mix with a sprinkle of salt. Then you have full control over the salt. The potato mix is in, the beans are in. This seems like a lot of onion, so I'm just gonna use about half of it. So that's, I don't know, a third, a quarter. And then we got some cilantro going in, lime going in, squeeze it in. You could do a half, you could do a whole, whatever you like. Reeves likes a lot of citrus. We tend to round up around here. Mix all of this together and look at this gorgeous taquito filling.
I would just eat it like that.
It smells so good, it's killing me. What are your ideas? You got some favorite type of taquito you like to make? I know we've made taquitos before, but every time a little bit of a different filling keeps it fun and exciting. And so easy to change it up, am I right? Let's make some taco. taquitos. Do I microwave these? You just bought them, so they're pretty soft. Are we good throwing them in, or what do I gotta do?
Try one.
Throw a dollop in there. Ooh, that's a big dollop.
Yeah.
And we just roll. There's no fancy technique here. Looks like there's some splitting.
Already?
Just calling at us a little bit. Look at that.
Oh, microwave.
Microwave. Let's microwave them. Oh my gosh, it's splitting before our very eyes. If you don't have a tortilla warmer, you want to think about getting one. This is a microwave tortilla warmer. Here we go. This is softer, but even a failed taquito is food. Okay, so don't worry. There it is. Throw it in, roll it up. You got yourself a taquito. Ooh boy, don't split on camera. Just wait till later. They do hold a little better. I can tell these are definitely improved from the first one. Just don't let them sit. Just get them in the oven. Once they're in the oven, it doesn't matter if they sit after that. My taquitos are tacotes, okay? They're
Tacotes?
big. Yeah. Another thing I want to show you for this that is just so helpful.
Oh.
Check it out. Right there.
Okay.
Do you want to
Cutting
see
corners
it?
still.
Yes.
Cutting corners.
Absolutely. It's time to cut some more corners, folks. Check out what we got in the fridge. This is just a day in the life. We got a lot of leftover options right now. Rice and beans. Don't remember what this is from, but boy does it look like a good option. And then we got our tamale pie mix. We made tamale pie this week, had a whole bunch of leftover filling. Just cutting corners over here. Let's get this going. These are a little cold, but they're still gonna squash and spread. Look at that. There's some beans and rice, tamale pie. This is already seasoned because it was a ready to go meal. This one is a real tacote, let me tell you. And the fun thing is they can be different every time. This made 10 tacotes. You could have made a few more if you wanted to go smaller, but I didn't want to go smaller. So we're throwing them in. $4.25 for half hour.
Dill.
Yes, ma'am.
And then are you gonna make Wally World cheese sauce to dip?
You want me to?
Why not? We don't have anything else to dip.
We don't have anything else to do either. So let's do it. Let's make the world's fastest, easiest cheese sauce. A little bit of hot water in the blender. I like to throw in a little handful of cashews. I don't use this stuff very often because it's very salty, but I've got some of those chilies in the adobo sauce. So I'm gonna throw in, what do you think, one?
Yeah, one's good to try.
One's good. Maybe a little sauce with it. I will most often just throw in these chilies. Here's the mild version. We also buy the hot version, but you can just throw in a dried chili pod. Oh yeah. And then I'll throw in like a little bit of miso to add some salt, but I'm only throwing in one of these chilies. So as you can see, it's not gonna make the salt crazy. I got these onions right here that I chopped up. Why not throw a handful of those in? It can't hurt. Boom, we got the Well Your World cheese sauce mix. Just throw it in until it's nice and thick and creamy. That's not gonna be enough. I'll have to add more, but let's just go a little bit at a time. I just add a little at a time until I get to my thickness. I don't measure anything. We put a recipe on the bottle, but I don't measure it. Oh my God. What a beautiful little cheese sauce. And how long did it take us to whip up? 3 minutes? 2 minutes?
It's faster than Velveeta.
It's way faster than Velveeta, and it'll keep you alive instead of dead. So, I just heard that sweet beep of the oven, and you know what it means. We got some taquitos. We got a little breakage here, but whatever. They're still extremely edible, okay? They're gonna hold together great. They're nice and crispy. Here's one that's split right open. Perfectly edible. It does not matter. We always make a big deal of the splitting for fun, okay? Are you ready to taste these taquitos?
Yeah.
These tacotes? Oh boy. I need another bite. I can't even explain it. It's just so good. The filling's so good. Flavoring, the cheese sauce on top, the crunch of the tortilla. We have a crunchy snack that's not any added oil and fat and garbage. This is health promoting food. I can't even believe that. By the way, I did happen to grab one of the ones with the sweet potato that we did first. Oh, these are the ones out of the fridge. We're gonna try that. Luca's gonna love these, but there aren't gonna be any left by the time he gets home.
This is like a burrito.
A burrito?
Burrito. Going in for the cheese. That's such a nice, satisfying, starchy filling. Those beans and the sweet potatoes, all those spices we put in there, that is delicious.
And the crunch.
Yeah, and the crunch.
Before we go, don't you think we should try the ones from the fridge concoction?
Heck yeah.
Check it out, these beauties, just as gorgeous as the other ones, a totally different filling. Whatever you got in the fridge, throw on a little cheese or whatever. So good, completely different, but so, so good. I just love it. The point here, Reebs, is that you really need to Cutting corners can just be so helpful. You've got stuff in your fridge right now. You can whip up some taquitos, a little bit of the Well Your World cheese sauce, and you'll be ready to go. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.